Hey everyone, Dave from BC Bushcraft, and welcome to a quick tip video. This is a very simple quick video on a carving tip that I have for you guys. I used this carving tip when I was carving out this handle for my hidden tang knife. I've been doing this for a long time. I just haven't gotten around to it, but I thought I would share with you a tip that I have. Using a bigger knife and getting more of the detail in here and stuff like that. You can do this instead of buying those like $30 Mora carving knives that, have a really small blade and are meant for kind of the fine detail carving, getting in these spaces, because using a bushcraft knife to get in these spaces is quite hard and can be dangerous, and you can cut yourself like I have a couple times on my fingers. So the quick tip that I have for you guys today is changing, your Mora Classic one or maybe even your Mora Companion into something that's easier to carve with. So the tip that I have is basically I use painter's tape, and I will wrap my blade in painter's tape up until, a point to where I feel that I can carve fairly well with. Excuse me for the light in the room, it's not the best, but anyways, this is the basic concept, is that I cover the blade with painter's tape up into a small point, and I kind of, change the knife into just a very small, sharp piece of the tip, and you have way more control in tight spaces when you're carving right at the point here, and you don't have to worry too much about cutting yourself on this part of the blade. You just have to make the tape thick enough that the blade is not going to cut through it. So it helps when you're trying to get in these tight spaces, when you're just taking little shavings off of these tight spaces. When if you have a full bladed knife, it can be very dangerous to come into here, and that's why I have that scar there, is from doing stuff like that. So this is a tip that can kind of save your finger, and it also can save you, $30 in buying a more carving knife, and basically changing your whatever bushcraft knife that you have into a carver. So I plan to, take this handle and make a hidden tang knife out of it. And I just found it really hard trying to carve out this little part where, my kind of pinky finger would go in too. That's why I decided to tape my blade up like this, and it tremendously helped me. So you could do something like this easily enough with your Mora Companion, because it's got a skinny enough tip. Up here, you could maybe tape it up until there. And I suggest using painter's tape over something, say like electrician's tape or electrical tape, or duct tape, because you just can get the gluey stuff on your knife, and with painter's tape, it doesn't leave the residue on your knife. That's kind of hard to clean. So that's really a very simple quick tip that I have for you guys that will just help you with your spoon carving or any fine detailed carving where you are worried about cutting your finger when you're holding a full blade like so. And it's really good for those areas where you're trying to scoop out little bits of material. You're not kind of like up here on the blade trying to do that, which is very dangerous for this area of your hand. And this is really your danger area for your hand when you're carving. So hopefully this tip will help you out with your carving as it did with mine. I found it very simple, quick, easy, and cheap. It could save you potentially $30. And, one of those Mora carving knives is basically just a knife that is this big. So you can easily change some of your smaller bushcrafty type knives into one of those carving knives by doing something simple like this. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed the video. This is Dave from BC Bushcraft. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.